The Untouchables and the Pax Britannica by Babasaheb Ambedkar. Part 77. Regulation 6 AD 1802. A regulation for preventing the sacrifice of children at Saugar and other places, passed by the Governor General in Council on the 20th of August 1802. 1. It has been represented to the Governor General in Council that a criminal and inhumane practice of sacrificing children by exposing them to be drowned or to be devoured by sharks prevails at the island of Saugar and at Bansbara, Chowgad, and other places on the Ganges. At Saugar especially, such sacrifices have been made at fixed periods, namely the day of full moon in November and in January, at which time also grown persons have devoted themselves to a similar death. Children thrown into the sea at Saugar have not been generally rescued, as is stated to be the custom at their places, but the sacrifice has, on the contrary, been completely effected, with circumstances of peculiar atrocity in some instances. This practice, which is represented to arise from superstitious vows, is not sanctioned by the Hindu law, nor countenanced by the religious orders or by the people at large, nor was it at any time authorized by the Hindu or Mohammedan governments of India. The persons concerned in the perpetration of such crimes are therefore clearly liable to punishment, and the plea of custom would be inadmissible in excuse of the offence. But for the more effectual prevention of so inhumane a practice, the Governor General in Council has enacted the following regulation to be enforced from the promulgation of it in the provinces of Bengal, Odisha, and Banaras. 2. If any person or persons shall wilfully and with the intention of taking away life throw or cause to be thrown into the sea or into the river Ganges or into any other river or water any infant or person not arrived at the age of maturity with or without his or her consent, in consequence whereof such person so thrown into water shall be drowned or shall be destroyed by sharks or by alligators, or shall otherwise perish, the person or persons so offending shall be held guilty of wilful murder, and on conviction shall be liable to the punishment of death, and all persons aiding or abetting the commission of such act shall be deemed as accomplices in the murder, and shall be subject to punishment accordingly. The trials of the persons convicted as principals or accomplices of the crimes specified in this section shall be referred to the Court of Nizamat or Daulat, which is to pass sentence thereupon according to section 70, Regulation 9, 1793, whatever may be the fatwa of the law officers of the court. Or report to the Governor General in Council the case of any prisoner who may appear to that court to be a proper object of mercy, in conformity with section 79, Regulation 9, 1793. 3. If a child or any person not arrived at maturity be thrown into water as stated in the preceding section, and be rescued from destruction, or by any means escape from it, the persons who shall have been active in exposing him or her to danger of life, and all aiders and abettors of such act, shall be held guilty of a high misdemeanor, and on convicting shall be liable to such punishment as the Court of Circuits, under the fatwa of their law officers, may judge adequate to the nature and circumstances of the case. 4. The magistrates of districts wherein the sacrificing of children may have hitherto practiced or required to be vigilant to prevent the continuance of the practice, and shall cause the provisions of this regulation to be from time to time proclaimed at the places and in the season where and when such sacrifices have hitherto been effected. The end.